Welcome back to Superstar Glam. In today's video, we are doing a fall inspired look. This is my first fall tutorial of the year, so I definitely wanted to do something dramatic, and this was more like a halo look. I decided to do like purple tones, and at first I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out. I kind of almost gave up, but at the end it kind of worked out. I really liked how it turned out. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, then what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click the little button down below and become part of the Superstar Glam Squad family. Once you're there, also click the little notification bell. That way you are alerted anytime I upload a video. And now if you're interested in this tutorial, then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to start off with my eyes. I'm going to prime them, and I'm going to use the MAC Pro Longwear paint pot in a soft ochre. So I have a lot of palettes that I've recently hauled, and since I wanted to do a fall makeup look, I think I'm going to try to use the new Abh Norvina collection. This is the Pro Pigment palette volume 1. I'm kind of feeling like I'm gonna dip into some purples, so I think that's why I decided on this one. So it comes with 25 shadows. Yeah, so I've swatched maybe a few, but I really don't know the performance of these shadows. I'm hoping that they're not too difficult to work with. Each row is they're lettered and numbered, so it would be the first row would be A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, and so on. I'm trying to see which color I could probably use as a transition. I'm taking this, I think this was a limited edition brush from Wet n Wild. I don't remember the name of the collection, but this brush is like a shape of a flower. So it's like a dome kind of dense brush. So we're gonna see. I haven't used this one either, so I don't know how this performs. I'm just going to dip in. I'm going into C4. Now it is called a Pro Pigment palette, so I'm assuming that these are going to be highly pigmented, and there is some fallout when I tap my brush, and I'm going to slowly work on that transition. I haven't really done like a halo look, so I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I need something smaller to work with. I'm going to go into this brush. This is a Morphe M433. It's kind of similar to the Sigma Blending E25 or the MAC 217. So again, I'm going to go in with C4, tap off the excess, and then again go in. Yeah, see, this made, just switching up the brushes just made it a little different. So it's able to apply a nice even layer of the shadow, and it's helping me blend it out nicely as well. I'm going to go in with a much fluffier brush, and this one's from BH. It does not have a number. It is a fluffy brush. I'm going to use this. I'm not adding any product onto the brush. All I'm doing is just going over the edges, making sure that there are no harsh lines. Everything is blended out nicely. I'm going to go in with a Morphe E18. It is a small dome little dense brush, bigger than a pencil brush. And I think I'm going to go in with a 3, still more on the purple side. And I'm going into this outer corner, and I'm starting to build the intensity on the outer and also the inner. To me, this color is like a grape shade. Okay, so far these shadows are really nice and pigmented, and I have not found any issues blending them out. It's okay if it gets messy in the center because I am going to go in and clean that up when I start working in the middle section. So now, because I want to take it into a purple that's a little more violet kind of, I'm going to take B4 and also build it up into the outer and inner corner. It definitely gave it a nice tone to this purple that I was previously applying, and I like it, as well as deepening the inner and outer corner. I'm going to go back into the Morphe 433. I'm just going to, without adding any additional product, I'm just going to lightly go over that edge just to make sure there are no harsh lines. I think I'm gonna still go in with something even much more smaller. I'm gonna go in with A3 and then just go over the edges again to help blend this out. And I'm just keeping it right at the edge. I want a really nice blend. Now I'm going back with the fluffy brush that didn't have any product, and again cleaning up around. Just to add a bit more dimension, I'm going to take the black shade in this palette. It's called D5, and I'm going to slowly apply it here in the outer. I'm starting to feel like some of these shadows don't layer properly, because the more I'm blending it out, the more I feel like some of the layers are rubbing off. I'm going to do this for the inner corner as well. Okay, I'm going to go back into B4 and then once again tap it around the outside corner. This is the color or the shade that I had previously applied, where I feel like it kind of blends out the more I layer on top of it. So I also have these that I picked up recently, from Makeup Revolution. It is the Cut Crease Canvas Full Coverage Eyeshadow Base. This one's actually in the shade Halo White. I don't know, I'm thinking that it'll be vibrant enough for whatever color I decide to put in the middle, in the center. It does come, the applicator does come as a kind of like a flat concealer brush. I just don't want to get any of the product on inside the bottle and maybe like alter the white or stain it. So I'm applying it to the back of my hand with a flat brush. I'm going to apply this and cut the crease, well, the center. So I start off with like a straight line going down, and then I kind of start feathering it out from side to side. I'm gonna try to get a sharp line here, and then again just feather it out on the sides. So I tried to do it as even as possible. I totally failed, but whatever. I'm gonna work with what I got going on. I'm gonna take another flat brush. This one is also BH. I can't make out the number, but I think I'm gonna go in with A1. I'm gonna try it dry first and see how that applies. I'm going to try it wet, so I'm going to apply some to the brush, and then I'm gonna spray it and then see if it makes a difference. I think this would be good as a topper because you don't really get to see the true beauty of this shade. Has like a shift of purple and pink. So now I'm going to follow the pretty much the same steps as before, reapplying the colors, especially to blend out on the edges. I'm going to start with B4. I'm going to apply it right. Ooh, that looks really pretty, and it makes that shimmer part stand out even more. The more I use this color to blend out, the more I feel like I get patchiness. I'm gonna take the small dome pencil brush, Morphe E18. There is going to be fallout, so I would definitely not do the base. Okay, I'm going to go in with B1 and that pencil brush, and then I'm going to, hopefully without spreading it too high up, I'm going to use this to blend out further right above. I'm going to go back to the fluffy brush that had no product in it, and I'm kind of starting it at my brow and slowly brushing down so that again I won't spread that product. I don't want to use a liner, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that black pigment and I'm going to just go right at my lash line. I noticed that I'm missing some pigment in this inner corner, so I'm going to reapply the shadow. It's not the best eye look. I do have to say that I have been kind of struggling with these shadows, but it could just be me. I recently celebrated my 40th birthday, and this is the foundation I wore for my party, and I just have to say that I quickly fell in love with this foundation. The first initial reason was because it is what it claims to be, a long wearing foundation. Two, it was like the perfect match for me. I loved the shade variation. It is the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue foundation. I think that's what it's called. It's medium to full coverage. The shade I got was 119, a light medium. Again, as soon as I tried it out, I knew I was going to love it. Now, for everyday wear, I don't necessarily love it, but if I am going to wear it, I like to go in with a medium coverage, light to medium coverage. Just apply a little bit just to kind of even out my skin tone. But this is definitely one that you should pick up, try out, and see for yourself, because I really did love this foundation as soon as I got it. Look, right away, this wasn't even a full pump. This is like half a pump. It already eliminated all those scars and acne scars that I had, and freckles, and that I had on this side. So yeah, I really, really do like it. And then I did go back in with a beauty sponge just to kind of absorb the excess. I think if anything, this was maybe one full pump, and again, I wasn't looking for full coverage. It's just something to even out my skin tone. I still feel like my skin peeks through. I love this foundation. So if I had to recommend it, I would definitely say try it out, pick it out, and hopefully it works for you like it has for me. Anyways, so now I'm going to try another thing that's also new. This is the Huda Beauty Tantour Contour and Bronzer Cream. Mine is in medium. It looks pretty deep. I'm going to take this brush. I have no idea. I think this might be a crown brush, but it is tapered and it is a dual fiber at the end. So I'm going to use this to apply it. I hope I didn't apply too much. I have tried this in the past, but I'm still kind of working with it to see what works best in terms of application. Yeah, I don't think I like that. I'm gonna switch up the brush. This one's a Luxie 680 Pro Precision Face brush. It is a dense brush, but it's cut slanted, so it hugs like this area really, really nicely. This is another one of my favorites that I like to use for contouring. For concealer, I'm going to use the Benefit Boing Cakeless Concealer. I picked up the mini version. This product is so pigmented that a little goes a long way. I like to dot it. For setting powder, I have the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder. This is the mini version. I got it in the shade Butter. If you guys know anything about me, then you know that I am pretty much a setting powder hoarder. So I figured I should try this powder out first in a small version before I tried it in a full version. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. This is it's the Balm Girls Getaway Trio, and it has 3 shades: Balm Springs, Balm Beach, and Balm Desert. For bronzer, I also want to keep it cool tone, so I'm going to go in with this one. This is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder in Sunkissed 02. I'm taking the Morphe E18 pencil brush, and I'm going to take C5. This is like a warm brown, I would say. I'm going to place it right here in the inner bottom. I was trying to do a different color underneath, but since I'm doing this halo eye, I just feel it's gonna look weird, so I'm gonna just match to the top with the bottom as well. This really doesn't have an inner corner highlight like to make this stand out even more. So I did get this in my BoxyCharm, the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirled Illuminator in a Diamond Dust. Super pretty, and I think this is gonna work well for the inner corner highlight. Yeah, it's really pretty, but I'm thinking that I'm going to wet my brush to get the most intensity I'm looking for. I don't know if you can see a close-up of this, but here in this little corner I have some patchiness. Also here, once I apply my eyelashes, it's not a big deal. You can't really tell. I'm just saying. For lashes, I'm going to go in with the Superhero It Cosmetics mascara. I'm just going to do a light coat on my lashes because I am going in with falsies. So while the glue dries, I'm going to work on the brows. I'm going to set my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. For highlight, I'm going to take that same one I used for the inner corner. And since it's already pink tone, it's okay. I just feel like it's more like a blush topper. So instead, I'm gonna use this one. It's the Dose of Colors and I Love Sarai collab, and this one is in Base. This was the like pink tone highlighter she had, or one of the ones she created. And I'm gonna try this one too for the inner corner. For lips, I can totally do like a nude. I'm using the LA Girl Perfect Precision Lip Liner in the shade Cafe. And the color that I'm going to put on is this L'Oreal, I don't know what it's called. This is in the shade Create. I'll definitely link it down below when I find the shading. I'm going to go and do my hair and then I'll be back. Okay, this is the completed look. So I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you next time.